Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. Let us see the project title. The title of the project is Security and Privacy Enhancing Multi-Cloud Architectures. Let us see the abstract of the project. Cloud computing offers dynamically scalable resources provisioned as a service over the internet. The third-party on-demand self-service pay-per-use and seamlessly scalable computing resources and services offered by the cloud paradigm promise to reduce capital as well as operational expenditures for hardware and software. Clouds can be categorized taking the physical location from the viewpoint of the user into account. A public cloud is offered by third-party service providers and involves resources outside the user's premises. In case the cloud system is installed on the user's premise, usually in the own data center, the setup is called private cloud. A hybrid approach is denoted as a hybrid cloud. The proposed system is concentrates on the public clouds because the services demand for the higher security requirements but also include high potential for the security prospects. In public clouds, all of the three common cloud service layers share the commonality that the end user's digital assets are taken from intra-organizational to an inter-organizational context. This creates a number of issues, among which security aspects are regarded as the critical factors when considering cloud computing adoption. Legislation and compliance frameworks raise further challenges on the outsourcing of data, applications and processes. These high privacy standards in the European Union. To reduce the risk for data and application in public cloud, the simultaneous usage of the multiple clouds. The proposed system contains the four types of methodologies to eliminate the obstacles of the using single cloud. The system forces us to use the multiple clouds simultaneously. Using of multiple clouds simultaneously is to enhance the security and privacy for the user. The multiple clouds can store the partial informations of the user data. The data should be splitted before it is stored in the cloud server. The cloud server can be distinct clouds, so only each cannot know what data is stored in other cloud. Let us see the data flow diagram of the project. At first, the step is the data splitting. First, the user should choose from the collection of files. So the file which should be going to upload is selected and we should split the files into pieces. Here the file is splitted into 3 pieces. Then each file piece is encrypted with the key. So each file piece is encrypted with distinct key. Here 3 different keys are used. Then the encryption is applied here. The 3 pieces are encrypted. Then we should upload the encrypted files in the cloud server. We used 3 type of cloud servers. So the next process is the logic splitting. We can execute the logics in the cloud server. So we should give the program logic and the corresponding input data to the cloud server. As we should choose the logic from the logic. Then the logic should be splitted in multiple logics. For the first logic we give the input to the server. In each server we can give the input and corresponding logic also. So only we can get the result from the cloud server. Then all the result are by the user from the cloud servers. Then the next process is the logic replication. So the logic replication is executed for to check correctness of the cloud server. So first the user chooses the logic and corresponding data. The user executes the same logic and data for the multiple clouds. 4 clouds are used and the 4 clouds are given the same data and the logic. So we can get the result from 4 distinct clouds. The user can verify the results got from the distinct cloud servers. So here the user finally gets 4 results and the majority result will be taken. The wrong result should be eliminated. So next time the user cannot use the server which produced the wrong result. So the next process is the data and logic separate storage. So here the system enforces the user to store the logic and data in the separate clouds. First user chooses the data and uploads it to the cloud server. 2 clouds are used and the logic also chosen and this logic also executed in the cloud server. So here separate distinct clouds are used, that is cloud server 1 and cloud server 2. Let us see the demo of the project. At first the admin login, so we should log in. Here we can create the user who are going to use the project, who are going to upload and download the files in the cloud server. So here the name of the user and age, sex and address. So here the date of birth is filled and the mail ID and the mobile number should be filled. So here the username should choose the admin one. When we click the register button, the register has been done. So next we should decide whether we are going to store the data or perform the logic executions. So we just now data storage. At first the authentication, the username and password should be typed. So at first we should click the receive authentication request. We first click the authenticate button. So the request has been sent to the cloud server A. So username and password should be displayed here. When we check, he is an authorized user, so send response to the user. So the response is sent to the user. So here then we are going to authenticate the cloud server B. So in the cloud we are going to send the response to the user. So here both the users are authenticated, here both the servers are authenticated, so then can get the success message to the next page. So here we are going to upload a file. For that we should choose any one file, and when we click the split file, the file splitting is when we click the file name, so it will automatically generate the two file names, and when we click the generate key, it will give the encryption keys. When we click the send to users, we can see the encryption done message. So the file is encrypted with this key, and when we click this encryption also done with this. So next we are going to upload these files to the server. So in the cloud A, we should click the receive from client for the data. So send data to the cloud server, so we can get the success message, the data has been passed to the cloud A. So we just store it in the cloud A. Then likewise the same process is again happened in cloud B. The next process is the downloading of the stored data. So when we click the next button, it will redirect to the downloading page. So at first we should give the request to both servers what the files we have been uploaded. So for that we should click next button in the cloud A and cloud B. So when we click the receive request from user, we can receive the request from the user. So request for the cloud A is sent and the request is received. So when we click the show files, it will show how many files of the user is uploaded. So these file names are sent to the user. When we click receive from A, we can send the file names. So the file names are sent here, so we can choose any one file. Then likewise the same process is applied to the cloud B, received. So next we should give the download request for the file. Next we click the next button. Here in the cloud A, give the receive request, user form, send the request. The request has been sent to the cloud server. We should pick the file and the file content is here displayed. So the file is in the encrypted format, and likewise the same request is sent to the server B. Both the files should be download now. So click the download. First we can receive from cloud A. So just receive file, send the file to the user. So when we click the next, both the keys are entered and performed. Then we should combine this file, so we can get the successfully combined message. Then when we click the view file, the files are combined shown here. So the next process is the logic execution. It will redirect to the separation. So here we can choose logic execution. So at first we choose the data. The splitting size should be specified. Then the logic should be chosen. Splitting logic should be applied. We first the receive data from client. We should send the data to the cloud server. The splitting size also displayed here. When we click the receive application logic, we can send the application logic to the cloud server. So here when we click the split button, the file should be splitted. When we click the next button, it will redirect to the next. So here we are going to perform the replication of the application. So first of all we should choose the source file, then we should choose the application logic. Here we should choose the application logic as hash algorithm. So here we are going to apply the hash algorithm for the given input file. In the cloud server A, we should click the receive data from the client, and next we should send the data and the logic to the server A, and when we click the button we can get the hash of the input file. Then we click the receive data from client in the cloud server B, so we can send the data to server B. So data has been sent. Here we can see the hash. We can receive both the results from the both servers. When we click the receive data from cloud A, and we can send this result to cloud B, we can send this result to the user. Likewise, cloud server B received from cloud B button has been pressed. The send to client in the cloud B is pressed. When we click the hash generation is correct. Thank you.